And you know you can't lie. You can't lie in an investigation. You know that.
My main concern is my kids, man, because I've got primary custody over them. And this is gonna set me back if I get locked up for this.
This is Officer Matthew Boynton. His wife was found in their home with gunshot wounds and blunt force trauma to her head under suspicious circumstances.
Hang on, sweetie, okay? Just trying to get up. Can we get her out to the bedroom?
Matthew was the last person to see her, and there was overwhelming evidence of foul play. Yet, the detective just assured Boynton that there wasn't going to be an internal investigation.
All right, Matthew, I'm just going to start off by letting you know that I am not conducting an internal investigation on you. Okay?
Is this the beginning of a massive cover-up? Or was Matthew, the sheriff's grandson, just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Let's rewind the tape a little bit to set the stage.
Can you please dispatch a unit out to my location? Come in reference to my wife.
It was clear from the beginning of the relationship between Matthew Boynton and Jessica that it was a dangerous relationship. When Jessica was abandoned by her parents as a child, she was grateful for a handsome, popular boy who was even interested in her. Boynton exploited this when she became pregnant at 16. The two moved in together, and Matt started cutting her off from the rest of her family. Matthew pursued his lifelong dream of becoming a police officer, earning a reputation for his intense and inflexible nature. Ironically, in a quest for personal freedom, Jessica had an affair that led to an unexpected pregnancy. In a surprising turn of events, Matthew uncharacteristically declared his intention to raise the child as his own. This decision prompted their marriage shortly thereafter. However, less than 6 months into their union, Matthew initiated his own affair, making no effort to conceal it. The troubled relationship between Matthew and Jessica reached a breaking point, leading Jessica to request a divorce. One evening, their heated arguments were loud enough to alert the neighbors, prompting Matthew to call the police and allege Jessica's aggressive behavior. In a bid to defuse the situation, Jessica sought refuge at a neighbor's house, hoping for some time apart. However, tensions escalated when they later went to Walmart together. Security footage recorded them entering, but Jessica left on her own, prompting another police call from Matthew. They eventually left Walmart together, and upon returning home, more arguments ensued, with neighbors reporting disturbances, including the possible sound of a gunshot between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. A neighbor reports seeing Matthew walk out of the house, seemingly calm and collected. As it turns out, he was heading to meet another officer, Joshua Guthrie, for a late-night meal at a Waffle House. It's around this time that Matthew receives a text from Jessica saying she feels suicidal and asks Matthew to take care of their sons. Matthew promptly contacts a friend at the police dispatch center. He returns to the apartment before assistance arrives, and upon hearing baby Tyler crying, he enters the residence. Matthew proceeds towards the closet, where he stores his service revolver, but finds the door locked from the inside. Growing increasingly frantic, Matthew places another urgent call.
I believe I just heard a shot fired coming in my residence. I just came up the stairs 2 rounds, be advised of a smoke gun smoke, and I can't get an answer to the doors.
Jessica was discovered in the closet with gunshot wounds to her head. Initially labeled as a suicide, Jessica's incredible survival challenged this narrative. The ensuing investigation was marred by a lack of transparency, riddled with cover-ups and inconsistencies, ultimately allowing Matthew to escape legal consequences while Jessica lost custody of her sons. The story might have concluded there if not for Matthew's involvement with another woman who stumbled upon a bag of Jessica's belongings, the very same items Matthew had sworn in an official statement that he no longer had.
Do you know anything about where her clothes or retainer may have been? Like I told her before, the only thing that we might have had would have been in that white trailer, and my stepdad has not mentioned anything else being in there. And we gave everything back that we had, because she had put some stuff in like it's like a little foot chase thing. You open it up, it's got 2 little boxes. I think we used to use it for like diapers and stuff now, but I mean, everything that she had that I knew of was gone. I got rid of everything I knew of.
And you got rid of a house,
either give that to her or her family came back and got it. You know, like she had a big kitchen table and some other stuff that her Aunt Kathy and Uncle Tim come and got. Just different. I think my stepdad actually took a whole bunch of stuff over to her grandparents' house in Pike, which is like right by my parents' house.
Okay.
Family and friends attested that Jessica had an aversion to firearms and lacked the knowledge to handle one. Additionally, the police had come across Jessica's journal, used to chronicle instances of Matthew's infidelity, which was discovered beside her on the night of the shooting, with multiple pages removed. Medical professionals who saved Jessica contended that her injuries did not align with gunshot wounds. Instead, they suggested that she likely sustained severe blunt force trauma to the top of her head. Notably, there was an absence of blood splatter in the closet where Jessica was presumed to have shot herself, among other inconsistencies. Despite these discrepancies, the department remained resolute in classifying this as a suicide attempt due to the discovery of Jessica's DNA on Matthew's service weapon, despite the absence of gunshot residue on Jessica's hands and the omission of testing Matthew's hands for such residue. Despite Matthew being cleared of all charges related to the night of the shooting, 7 months later, he found himself brought in for interrogation due to his alleged interference in a police investigation. The interrogator addressed Matthew with a clear statement.
All right, Matthew, I'm just going to start off by letting you know that I am not conducting an internal investigation on you. Okay? So Garrity is not implied. Okay, I want you to understand that, all right?
Okay.
All right, Garrity does not apply to this incident.
The detective began by assuring Boynton that he wouldn't be conducting an internal investigation. Given the history of this case and the fact that Boynton is the sheriff's grandson, this ethical breach, though unfortunate, was sadly unsurprising.
And inside that bag, there were numerous contents inside of it. And one of those is this right here. You know what this is?
It's like Jessica's old retainer thing that she had when we were together.
Right. The bag was completely filled with female clothes. And this is one photo of it. That's not yours.
No. No.
All right?
No, sir.
Okay. That's not yours.
No, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who did that belong to?
This guy, Jessica's name wants to be Jessica's retainer thing.
If it was in this right here, where would that have been at?
I had all of her stuff in it.
What would it have been at?
It would have been in the garage thing I could sit in,
Which is where?
which is at my house.
Which is at your house.
Yes, sir.
Did you buy that for Jessica?
I don't recall. I don't think I did.
Because she
I
had
think her grandparents did.
because she had retainers before she met you, right? Before y'all got married, right?
I believe so.
So that would make it whose property?
Hers.
Not yours, right?
Right. Yes, sir.
Whose bag is that?
Jessica's.
And the contents in the bag?
And it's got all her stuff in it.
So why would you not have brought that to us when you saw the bag at moving?
Sarge, I promise I've not been through that bag. The last time I used that
Matthew,
bag was for the
I
gym.
didn't ask you that, Matthew. Listen to me, buddy.
I
Whose bag is this?
understand what you're saying. It's Jessica's, and I should have brought it up here.
You know,
Next
all things, and I don't know anything about your other issue, but all the things involved in reference to this case, all the going around, the statement that you wrote, where's the statement at? The statement that you wrote. That statement, I didn't read it. I don't know what the statement said. What did it say?
It's just very brief. I gave Jessica her property like I gave her a computer and everything.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Whose is this bag?
It's Jessica's.
After lying for 15 minutes, Matthew finally revealed that he knew Jessica's luggage was there all along. He was accosted by a sergeant who questioned him about why he had provided a fake statement and emphasized that doing so was against policy.
What's that, Matthew?
That's Jessica's bag. Jessica's retainer.
You understand you didn't buy that
I understand.
That does not make it community property.
I understand.
That makes it her property
Yes, sir.
that you're in possession of.
Yes, sir. I understand.
The bag was turned into us. We have possession of the bag.
Yes, sir.
We have evidence that says it came out of your storage room. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
No, sir. Like I said, I was just done with my part script.
Do you believe that statement to be accurate and true?
Not now.
Did you believe it then?
No, sir.
You're a police officer, Matthew. You know we are held to a higher standard than anybody else.
I understand.
You know, people don't expect us to make mistakes, and they don't realize we're human. I understand that. You
Yes, sir.
understand that. I'm walking around outside. Why would you say you didn't have the damn bag when you had it? You know you can't give a sworn statement and lie on it.
No, sir.
Why would you do that, Matthew? It was a bag, man. It wasn't. It's not like it was. Talk to me, man. I mean, help me understand.
Sergeant, I swear, I know it's hard to believe, but I didn't think about that bag. Otherwise, I wouldn't have wrote. I said, hold on, little T. I got something. Let me go get it. I swear, I wouldn't have done that because I've got 2 kids, 3 and 1. I wouldn't jeopardize that over a bag. I'm telling you, Sergeant.
Matthew agreed to resign from the force and sobbed as he laid his body armor, badge, and police radio on the table in front of him. He faced allegations of violating his oath of office and providing false statements in July, both of which constitute felonies.
If I would have thought about it then, I would have said something.
But you knew you had the bag. Did you not know you had the bag?
I'm sorry, my mind's right. I fucked up. I know I did. I should have turned it in, but not only because I'm a cop, because I should have, because it was Jessica. Even if she let me use it,
It was the right thing to do, man.
I'm clear. Yes, sir. If I would have thought about it then, I wouldn't have messed up and been in this position because of my kids.
But why didn't you turn the bag in when you damn moved?
I don't know what
Because
I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking then.
Did you think you was gonna get in trouble if you turned it in late?
I guess. I don't know what I was going through in my mind.
Philip Stinson, a professor at Bowling Green, maintained a comprehensive database of police officers detained across the nation. Stinson highlighted that police officers accused of domestic violence often received reduced charges as a form of professional courtesy, allowing them to retain their jobs due to the Lautenberg Amendment enacted in 1996, which bars individuals convicted of domestic violence from possessing firearms. Jessica found it unsettlingly ironic that Matthew's incarceration resulted from a misplaced retainer rather than her own brain injury.
What do you think should happen now?
I know that's probably gonna happen.
No, that's not what I asked you. So what do you think should happen?
I just was my kids, and my kids are fucking daddy's boys, man. If I would have thought about it, I would have done it.
Of all the stuff that you see about you, you know if you were in possession of something that belonged to her, you know you could have brought it to me. You know I'm going to do the right thing, you know I have to do the right thing. I would have took care of it. I would have gotten the bag back to her. But when you knew you had the bag and you didn't do anything about it, man, you put me in a situation where I don't have any other choice.
I'm clear. I'm clear.
In April 2018, approximately 9 months following Matthew's charges, Jessica contacted the Spalding County District Attorney's Office to inquire about the status of Matthew's case before a grand jury. She was informed that, in order to demonstrate that a crime had occurred, the district attorney needed to confirm that Matthew had taken the oath of office. However, a Griffin City official revealed that the relevant document could not be located.
But Matthew, you know, doing the right thing regardless, it doesn't matter. If you do the right thing, you can live with yourself.
9 times out of 10, I do. I mean, that's the way I was raised.
But you know that. You know that you have to do the right thing. And when you found, even if you found the bag, you should have said, hey LT, hey SAR, hey whoever, I got something, man. Stop for a minute and talk to me.
I don't know what I was thinking then. I don't know if it's because I was scared. I mean, I told you, I come to work every day scared. Now, there's no excuse. I'm not trying to make one for myself.
In July 2018, Matthew's case eventually came before a grand jury. Surprisingly, the grand jury chose not to issue an indictment against Matthew for the alleged offenses of making false statements or violating his oath, even though the details of the case remained undisclosed to the general public. Just 4 months later, he secured employment as a reserve officer in the small town of Braswell, Georgia, which boasts a population of approximately 400 residents.
Yeah, I know I'm obviously not employed anymore. It's just like, the only thing I can think about now is my kids, man. 'Cause my kids, I'm daddy's boys. You know, the baby especially, I took him in like he's my own. And I'm not setting a good example right now. I always try to show my kids what's right.
But you know, when you swear an oath, we swear that we're going to uphold the law.
Yes, sir.
Regardless. And you know you can't lie. You can't lie in an investigation. You know that.
I don't know what I was thinking. Like I said, I don't know if I was scared or what. I don't know what was going through my mind then.
Does that make it right?
No, it doesn't. I know that. I know this is everything I've ever worked for, like out the door. My main concern is my kids, man, because I've got primary custody over them, and this is gonna set me back if I get locked up for this. I'm gonna go down and see them every other weekend. And she's not gonna take care of them like she's supposed to. Like, she's supposed to put them on her insurance. I had to do that.
But Matthew, if you did what you were supposed to do, we would not be here in this situation. You think I want to be here?
No, sir.
I would rather be anywhere else than be here.
Clear.
But if you had done what you were supposed to do, we would not even have to be having this conversation. You would have to worry about it.
Yes, sir.
But you know that we have to do the right thing. We have to do what people pay us to do. You know that. You know that, especially with me and Lieutenant Yancey. You've known us a long time.
Yeah. I don't want to let lose the primary custody of my kids. Like, I know, I mean, no matter where I go now, I'm not really going to get a good job now, but the main focus is my kids, man.
Life is not over with. Everything happens for a reason.
What do you think? Do you think Matthew was guilty of the attempted murder of his wife, or was he innocent? What do you think should have happened? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe to Deadly Details for more similar content.